Hello everybody, and welcome to a real video for once. I know, it's been a while since I did anything like this, I guess. I think the last one was that Velocipaster video that released last year. I was gonna do another one. Well, actually I did do another one, and then YouTube decided to be not very nice people and take it down. So, yeah, that kind of explains why there was none like that after that one. So yeah, I'm back, and we got another movie review. I don't know why. I like to do these randomly, but we're going to shift more into a different type of cinema. So, back in January 2025, I made it a goal to watch every movie on Wendigoon's disturbing movie Iceberg. I was going to do a video on that. I filmed that video at least 15 times, and I could never get it down because the video would always be like 3 hours long when I finished. So, I scrapped it. So instead of doing all those in one video, we're going to do at least the most memorable movies on my part into separate categories. Also, another reason I didn't do it is because, like, Wendigoon, if you want to watch a disturbing iceberg video, you're going to watch Wendigoon. He has the best one by far. Uh, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. No one's going to watch some dumb kid sitting in front of his computer like me review that. So today we're going to be starting off with, well, oh, okay, hold on. If you're in extreme cinema, you've definitely heard of a lot of these movies I'm going to review, because a lot of these also did come from the iceberg. You think I'm digging into websites to find movies that no one's ever heard of before? Yeah, you wish. I'd rather not have my computer get hijacked. That would be not very great. So today we're starting it off with the infamous Vomit Gore Trilogy from Lucifer Valentine. Now, if you don't know who Lucifer Valentine is, he is well, there isn't a lot known about him actually. I will say there is more known about him now than there was back when I watched the movies in 2025. You looked his name up, there was no pictures, there was no real name. Yes, his real name was not fucking Lucifer Valentine. I know, it's kind of crazy. There's no like videos. I don't even think you hear his voice, like, because no one knows what his voice sounds like. When it's in the movies, you don't know if it's actually him or not. Also, he's not a very good person. I know a guy who made movies called the Vomit Gore Trilogy is not a good person. That's crazy. I'll look. He has a letterbox profile as well as some other stuff. I guess I'll read it off now because I honestly haven't read this fully ever since I looked him up again when I got the idea for this video. So, yeah, let me pull that up real quick. Okay, I found it. So he was born on April 11th, 1973 in Manitoba, Winnipeg to be specifically. He's Canadian. He's an editor, visual effects artist, if you could call it that. Director, if you can call it that, and musician. I did not know he made fucking music. What the hell? Might have to pull up one of his songs, see if he makes good music. He definitely is not going to, but whatever. Um, he was nominated for 3 Emmy Awards, apparently, for some reason. I don't know who was nominating this dude for that. He was a part of the creative teams behind the opening title sequences for The Grid and True Blood. I've never heard of those. Not me personally. Blah, 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 blah. He was a guitarist, vocalist, and co-founder of the Winnipeg-based noise rock band Kittens. Okay, so they did plug his band. You might be able to pull that up. The band was originally active from 1992 to 1998. Damn, that is not a long time. He performed 2 reunion shows in 2006. Who was going to watch Lucifer Valentine perform? That's crazy. I think Slaughtered Vomit Dolls, which was his first movie we're gonna be watching, came out before that. Actually, I could just look right. No, it came out in the same year. Okay, and apparently his real name is Sean Federchuk. Interesting name. He faces serious allegations against the films he made under his pseudonym Lucifer Valentine. Judging by the stuff you're going to hear later in this video, you'll fully understand why that is the case. So apparently he's made way more movies than just the Vomit trilogy. So I guess in the this is going to sound so fucking stupid when I say it. The Vomit Gore universe, there's 5 movies with a short film. I've watched all of them. Don't do it. It's a really bad idea. So I'll say the ones that aren't going to be included. The Angela chapters will not be included. Not that that's a loss. It is a 3-hour snore fest. There is nothing. It's just a big nothing burger. It's just talking in front of like a camera for 3 hours. It's like a shitty 2009 YouTube video. And then the other one that's not going to be included is Black Mass of the Nazi Sex Wizard. That is the real movie title. I am not lying. I will put the letterbox photo up in the video. That is the real movie name. Apparently, that's supposed to be a prequel. Not that these movies have any damn plot to begin with. Like, when I went into watching it for the first time, I'm like, how did people figure out the plot of this movie? Plot. Because whenever I would watch videos on it, they would always be like, oh yeah, this happens, and then this is the plot. Where are you getting this plot from? This I don't know how they're getting this. Apparently he's made way more movies though. At, only 4 of these look like actual movies. Oh, I think I mentioned the short film that came out with the Angela chapters. Wait, no, technically there's 2 short films, I guess. I think one is a bonus on the DVD version for the Vomit Gore trilogy. Uh, the other movie he made is Black Metal Veins. It's supposed to be a documentary. I don't think it is. It's supposed to be a documentary about like meth or heroin addicts. I don't remember, but I remember in one of the iceberg videos I watched, someone who actually was on one of those substances came out and was like, nah, "This is not how it is like." So, yeah. Besides that, it only looks like he's made 3 other movies. I'm reading these as I'm on the letterbox page. A lot of these don't even have titles. I think so. Pretty much how the Angela chapters work is that every year, I guess every year, he would put like little short films into like the DVDs of these of the Vomagore series, and he would, and then at the end he put them all in a one movie, and they're 3 hours long. Uh, and then he randomly has one that says Kurt Cobain forever. I guess he was a Kurt Cobain lover. But like even when you look him up, hold on, let me just like do this real quick. Even when you look him up, this isn't him. That might be him. This also could be him. You don't know. We don't know. We genuinely don't know what he looks like. Cause look, even on his like Emmy page, there's nothing. There's nothing for him. We don't know. Look, even on the IMDb, it looks like we don't have any photos for this person yet. Like, we genuinely just don't know. Okay, they have one song on SoundCloud. Let's get this in. Yeah, enough of that. I think they're noise rock, so they don't have lyrics. Um, I don't know if I'll get copyrighted for that. Uh, I'm just gonna say that's definitely not my type of music I would be listening to. All right, enough of that. Let's just get into these movies. Starting off with this first one, Slaughtered Vomit Dolls, 2006. Sorry, forgot. I have these films on Blu-ray. I got this for $50 off of some random website. The DVD is like $200 because it's not in print anymore. I know, right? There's not a demand for the Vomit Gore trilogy on DVD. That's so weird. But yeah, here it is. We got it. You know, I don't know how I've gone this whole time without mentioning the main role in these movies. It's I'm probably gonna butcher the hell out of this name. It's Amira Lavi, rest in peace. She passed away from I think it was a drive-by in 2017, if I'm remembering rightly. Rightly. Jesus Christ, I need to write scripts for these videos. But yeah, she stars the teenage runaway Angela Aberdeen. Um, yeah, there is no if you watch these movies, there is no way you can tell that this would be the plot. I'll read the back. Teenage runaway Angela Aberdeen has made a pact with Satan in an attempt to escape the trauma and abuse suffered throughout her short life. The Vomit Gore Trilogy is a mind-altering demonic triptych of events depicting Angela's gruesome journey through life and death in stark and consummate detail. The trilogy represents the travails of abused, bulimic teenager as she turns to stripping, prostitution, and adult films. Includes slaughtered vomit dolls, regurgitated sacrifice, and slow torture puke chamber. Never before released on Blu-ray and long out of print on DVD. Enjoy all the gore in one set. Approach with cautions. These movies might make you violently sick. Yeah, so judging by those movie titles, you can tell what we're going to be in for. Let me read them again. Slaughtered Vomit Dolls, which was the first one. Regurgitated Sacrifice. I'm saying that because I don't know if you could see that. Yeah, the light's in the way, but right there. Gore is capitalized. And then Slow Torture Puke Chamber. Jesus Christ, what am I getting myself into? I've already seen these movies. I don't want to watch them again. I don't know why I'm doing this. For a video that's going to get like 4 views. Yay. Alright, now we can really get started. I'm not going to watch that on here. I don't even think this has like a DVD menu. But, let's get started with Slaughtered Vomit Dolls, 2006. Hi guys, this is me after watching it. I'm not going to risk my channel getting the ban hammer and not include anything that is in these videos. Don't blame me. I'm sorry. But for your sake and for my channel's sake, no footage will be included. I'm probably lying. I could probably include like 3 screenshots total. But yeah, I just finished watching it. Just as awful as I remember. Okay, so for the most part, this one is the most tame because it's the first one. Kind of getting some flashbacks of a certain other movie series that's like that. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, this movie is kind of just a whole bunch of nothing, like the Angela chapters. I wrote down as much as I can. I'm also going to use like different sources because for the love of God, I cannot figure out the damn plot. So I'll just read. I just found this plot. I just wrote down. I wrote down all this, the nasty, gross stuff that happened, but I could not figure out the plot. So it says, Slaughtered Vomit Dolls is the first in the Vomigore series. Plot-wise, there's nothing much. See, thank you. Thank you, person who wrote this script. You're the best. This is more an hour-long surrealistic project featuring close-ups of sexual violence against mostly women, intercut disturbingly with some VHS-type footage of women. Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. That's a good explanation. This movie's an hour and 10 minutes long. Waste of my damn time. Alright, let's just get it started. It starts off with like a tape of her. Like, I think it's her at least. I don't know. Like I said, there is nothing. There is nothing telling you that there is a plot in this damn movie. There's literally nothing. Okay, and also I just found this out. Apparently her real name is not Amira Levy. Her real name is Brandy Petrie. Bars. And it was a double homicide, not a drive-by. Not that that fucking matters, but whatever. So yeah, there's a lot of scenes of puking. There's a woman that gets stabbed in the eyes and her eyes are gouged out, and I swear to God, they fucking put this shit in CapCut and slowed it down. Looking like a damn Chrysler's YT video when Zane says something stupid. Like, it's so nasty. They slowed it down. It sounds like, imagine someone adds like a mortar and pestle and they're like crushing a tomato in it, and it makes all the like juicy sounds, and just slow that down. That's pretty much what they did. Yeah, it's kind of gross. Then they face off. Keep in mind, these are like really far apart because this movie's once again nothing. Yeah, they peel her face off. A different woman has her arm cut off. Uh, and then it was kind of funny. The guy who cuts her arm off starts playing it like a guitar. The same guy uses his. Sorry, I'm gonna like. It's gonna be kind of hard to say this stuff. The same guy uses the arm to shove it down his. He shoves it down his throat. He pukes it into a glass and he drinks it. He drinks it over and over again. He. God, my stomach is not as strong as it was when I watched this for the first time. But he keeps puking in a glass and he drinks it and he keeps puking. He keeps doing that. The thing is, I don't know. Most of this stuff isn't real. I don't know how they would fake the vomiting, but that's why I say most of it is fake, because I don't know if that vomit is fake. Maybe he actually is a special effects artist. And then I didn't even mention the last part. The guy who cut the arm off gets his head cracked open like a goddamn walnut and gets his brain. By the way, this is all filmed on like a GoPro. It's like, and then there's that random shot where they do it steady, but no, Lucifer Valentine had to use CapCut again to put the shake filter over the whole damn video. Yeah, we'll just move on to Regurgitated Sacrifice, 2010. My apologies, it was 2008, not 2010. Why do I do this to myself? Why? How did I watch this the first time? You know, now that I remember, I watched this shit twice. I watched it for the first time, and then I watched it for a second time with my bum-ass friend Sawyer. Sawyer, if you're watching this, I hate you. I'm just kidding. You my homie. This one's shorter than the last one. It's an hour and 5 minutes. I'm just gonna read the plot again because fuck you want me to do, dude. I don't know. Alright. Regurgitated Sacrifice is the second in the Vomit Gore trilogy. The mild satanic angel. Bitch, Shakespeare was not right in this. She continues as strippers and hookers are subjected to sexual torment and forced to practice the art of bulimia after pledging allegiance to Satan, before ending up as bloody messes. A pregnant Angela Aberdeen is present here too and describes her childhood a bit more, explaining what made her run away from her foster home. That is a fucking lie. There was nothing like that in this damn movie. Also, I'm pretty sure in this movie she's supposed to be in hell because she died at the end of the last one. I don't fucking know, guys. I wish I did. I really wish I did, but I don't. However, more than Angela, the action is centered around a couple of twins. I know those twins. I gotta remember their name. I will come back after I read this and tell you the twins' names, because they're actually decently well known. Okay, anyways. Pair of twins who torment multiple victims. Angela Aberdeen appears to be a Kurt Cobain fan. Yeah, I forgot about that. There is just a random shot of Kurt Cobain's house in this movie. A random shot. If I could find it, I will insert the photo. But there is. Just, I don't know why. I don't know why it's there. It's really weird. It's very, very strange. And I didn't even think about this. Kurt Cobain was born in Aberdeen, and the main character's name is Angela Aberdeen. Lucifer Valentine. What is so cool about Kurt Cobain? I'm sorry, don't flame me for that, but I don't get it. Alright, on to the fun stuff. Conjoined twins. It's not the same twins that were later in the movie, but conjoined twins joined the skull. Like, you can probably imagine what that looks like. Imagine there was another me right here. Yeah, some guy just... For some reason, there's just a white void room in this movie. There's just a white... It's just a white void. And there's a lady lying down. And the two twins rip her open, tear out her intestines, slap her with them, and then shove them down their throat so they could puke into her open fucking stomach. Like, what the hell? What what is happening anymore? There's a lot of pee in this movie. Like, the first movie didn't really have that many. There is so much pee. There's a I'm sorry, there's a funny scene. I don't remember if it's this one or the next one, but this is it's a scene of her going, "You want to see me piss?" Like, really slowed down. It was pretty funny. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part. God, I don't want to read this next. If you're wondering, like, well, why are you just saying you don't remember? Bro, half the time I'm looking down here because I don't want to fucking throw up all over my setup. My bad, gang. So yeah, there's a stepmom who's like interracial, and her daughter who are just, I tell you, that is the most chunky vomit all over for like 10 minutes. Then they sew a tarantula into meow. And then the chubby guy, the guy who used the arm as a guitar and kept drinking the, well, you remember, he's back for some reason, and then he starts, and then out comes blood. The Soska twins were in this movie. Like, I don't know why. I'm trying to remember what else they were in, but yeah, they were in that movie for some fucking, that was their second ever movie they were in. That's a bit ridiculous. Alright, we're on to the third movie. Slow Torture Puke Chamber. Yeah, now I remember why I didn't want to do this video. Yeah, this shit's bad. This came out in 2010. I don't know why I didn't say it in the last clip, but uh, for some reason, Amira, uh, fucking original actor for the main character was not in this one. Is a different character. They have a whole, like, okay, well, I shouldn't say that. The character, the lady who played the main character in the first movie is still in this, but I think she's just, there's like two versions of her. And then the new girl who plays her is, there's like a whole ass warning in the first, like, I don't know, 5 minutes ish of the movie of her going, "Yes, I agree to be in this. I'm not being held at gunpoint. Please help me. Lucifer Valentine is holding me hostage." Yeah, not a. I wonder why. That's really weird that they had to include that in this movie. It's not like the first two movies were like terrible and not good. Yeah. All right. Whatever. It starts off right after Regurgitated Sacrifice ends. The movie opens up, long ass disclaimer like I was talking about. Yeah, even this person says, "Guess Lucifer got into some kind of trouble with his earlier work, felt compelled to everyone know it's a work of fiction, and that no one was really harmed." Which is absolute fucking bullshit, because she did get harmed. If you know, there's a good video on YouTube about Lucifer Valentine, what and how big of a piece of shit he is. You should go watch it. I might tag it in the end of the video so you can go watch it. But yeah, he's not a good person. Okay, Angela Aberdeen is portrayed by a new actress, Hope Likens. Thank you for having an easy name. Yeah. So she's degraded further here. She took the abuse, claiming she knew her abuser liked her. Here she enjoys his hate and begs to. Yeah, there's a really weird like domination fetish here. A lot of the movie is just like, "Please destroy me, Satan." There's also a lot of bugs in this movie. If you know me, I fucking hate bugs. I hate bugs so much. Then they eat a cake with insects topped with. That almost made me throw up alone. I don't disrespect cultures for eating like, oh sorry. I don't disrespect cultures for eating like fried insects or anything like that, because that's their culture. They can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. These people put crickets, dead fucking crickets, on a birthday cake and they ate it. Disgusting. Terrible. And then the lady, if you know what that means, then good job. With a crucifix, and she pukes blood all over it. Uh, the same lady is with a crucifix. There's a lot of pissing scenes. There's one scene where she literally like folds herself in half and does it to herself. Also, this is the scene where the you want to see me piss scene was at. There's a lot of like, okay, so there's like this really overweight women. There's two of them, women. There's overweight women in this movie, and there's this other lady who takes a tampon out of her and just starts rubbing it all. Arguably the worst part of the whole thing. I couldn't do this. I had to step away for a minute. A lot of people say regurgitated sacrifice is the worst one. No, this one is way worse. There's a pregnant woman. She gets all of her limbs cut off, and then her stomach cut open, and the fetus is taken out, strangled with intestines. It is not a real fetus. I must put that in the video. It is not real. It is very clearly fake. He... Jesus Christ. He cuts the arm off of it, and... he uses it to... and then he puts it in a blender and drinks it. If you say regurgitated sacrifice is worse, I'm sorry, you're wrong. Thank God that's the end of this shit. So yeah, that's the Vomit Gore trilogy. Don't watch it. Fuck Lucifer Valentine. If I had to rate the movies on how good they are, I guess Slaughtered. Honestly, I hate to say, but Regurgitated Sacrifice is probably the best one because it's not boring. That's why Slaughtered Vomit Dolls is not as good, is because that shit is so fucking boring. That's why the Angela chapter sucks, is because I would rather watch all that nasty shit than sit in front of a damn screen for 3 hours watching a whole bunch of nothing. And then Slow Torture Puke Chamber's the worst. Shocker, I know. If you guys want more videos like this, let me know. I'll probably do more videos like this, but with the Vomit Gore, with this nasty shit, might be taking a break from this type of movie. Still do extreme cinema, but not this type. See you guys in the next one. Goodbye.